Hello. We're going to talk about starting the head of our art figures. So this is the image that I'm going to turn into my art figure. It's a painting I did of myself on a throne. The art figure is going to be, myself. I am going to construct the throne and the staff and all the dead rats and the skulls, but we're going to start obviously with the figure. So everybody should have a piece of wire. I'm just going to move this off to the side. And a hot glue gun. I always put mine on a piece of board so that the hot glue doesn't drip all over the place, and it's been plugged in for a while, so it should be nice and hot. The first thing you're going to want to do with your wire is just bend it in half. Sorry about the bell. Now, our head is going to take up about this much space, and we're going to be leaving the extra wire just loose down because we need to be able to attach the head somehow to our body, and that's how we are going to do it with these wires. The next thing I need is tinfoil because we're making the armature of the head, and instead of having a very heavy head that's solid clay like this one is, I want a more light head, and I want to stuff it with the tin foil. So the first thing is we're going to put the tin foil in. So what I'm going to do is just wrap the tin foil around the top of the wire and start to build up the shape of my head this way. I'm going to use hot glue to attach more tin foil to what I already have. Be careful, it's hot. I know it sounds silly, but people do hurt themselves. And what I'm trying to do, because my head is a human head, is I'm going to try to create two shapes. One will be an egg shape that is looking down, so the top of the egg will be up here, the bottom down here, and then I'm going to turn it, and another egg shape is going to go this way, with the top here and the bottom going down here, and that's what a human head really looks like. So as you can see, I'm kind of trying to do the first egg shape here, and if you have divots that need to be filled out, because at the end we're going to put a very, very thin layer of clay over it, so the clay will take form of whatever is below it. So if you have divots and potholes, if you will, then you're going to want to either fill it with the tin foil or you fill it with the hot glue, which means that a lot of you are going to be burning your fingers a little bit, but I think you'll survive. Always turn it too and look at it in different directions, because this is going to be an art doll that's three-dimensional, so you don't want to just construct it in one view. I'm going to add more glue. And I'm going to start making this a little bit bigger because I want my head to be about this big. Okay. So now I'm going to build up in the back of the head a little bit. So back of the skull, in other words. So I have to decide which way my head is going to be looking, and I think it's going to be the back will be right there. I'll put more glue. So this whole process of creating the armature of the head is going to take a little time to get it just right, just the way you want it to be. So as you can see, I've got lots of things that I need to fill in. My forehead needs to come down farther. You can always take something completely off, rip it right off, and start it all over again if you don't like the direction that it's going. I'm going to put some glue here to fill in a spot. I'll let it cool for a minute before I start messing with it with my finger. Blow on it, if you will, if you want to. All right, now I can start pressing it down into the divot and smoothing it out a little bit. All right, I clearly need another piece right here. I'm gonna need a little bit more back here to form the base of my skull. And then I'm gonna need my jawline to be formed out a little bit more here. So I'm gonna need a lot more of this stuff. But that's the basic beginning of the construction of your head armature.